Want to know the secret to skyrocketing your efficiency as a new real estate agent? In 2024, the game has changed, and what used to work in 2023 is no longer the golden ticket. Here's the thing. While others are stuck with old, outdated methods, I'm about to reveal a strategy that's creating waves in the real estate world right now. And guess what? By the end of this video, I'm also going to share a bonus tip that top real estate moguls swear by but never openly talk about. If you're excited about leveling up your efficiency and want my exclusive guide on efficiency hacks for agents, drop a comment below. But first, let's dive into this groundbreaking strategy that's going to redefine how agents work in 2024. Number one, let's be real, folks. You are all watching way too much HGTV. If you're watching $1 Million Listing or any variety of a multitude of those, thinking you can get in and all the glitz and glam and it's a real sexy job that you can just walk in and make millions of dollars, you are going to be mistaken, folks. What you will find is that a short percentage of people actually become successful. Most agents will drop out of the business or fail in their first year. So let's discuss why that is. Number one, lack of training. Most real estate brokerages and most firms will promise the world in terms of what they can do for you in terms of training. But then as soon as you get your license and you hang it up and start paying fees at their company, they will say, number one, A, I can't afford to spend any significant amount of time training you. And B, the famous quote and saying is, there's the phone book, there's the phone, good luck. And the truth of it is, at most offices, when you walk in there, almost every single other agent in the office is essentially your competition. So why would they help you? At our company, every agent is a shareholder of the company, and because we're partnered globally and internationally and across the country, we are all incentivized to help each other. And you might think that you're going to walk in right away, or people are just going to continue to call and call and call, and all of a sudden you've got these millionaire clients. But the truth of it is, you are more than likely going to be the one that's calling and calling and calling, maybe even door knocking, in order to meet new people, in order to find new clients to work with, in order to get people to come to your open houses. And whether it's social media DMs, phone calls, text messages, you need to do a ton of outbound prospecting and make it a part of your regular daily and weekly schedule. And here's a blinding flash of the obvious if you didn't already realize: those textbooks that they had you study to get your license will teach you how to not break the law selling real estate, but they will not teach you how to actually make money selling real estate. And if you think too much about it, you might get stuck in analysis paralysis and be afraid to make a decision and or move forward with anything because now you're scared. You don't want to break the law selling real estate. And let's face it, when you look at soft skills versus hard skills, it really doesn't matter how many letters you have at the end of your resume and on your business card. That fancy degree means nothing if you can't communicate effectively with people, and if you are afraid to pick up the phone and you cannot handle rejection, it's not going to matter. So be honest with yourself. Did you get into this business because you thought it might be one way to make an easy buck? Or were you looking for either a side hustle or a career that you could really focus on adding some grind to what it is that you do in order to increase your income and expand your horizons? I know it's still early, but you might want to niche down. What do you know? The first question I ask real estate people when they get their license is, what do you bring into the real estate field? What did you do before real estate? What are you good at? What are you not good at? Just because you pick a niche today doesn't mean you can't change it tomorrow, but you need to understand what your unique value proposition is. And today, if you're new to the business and you are not online, you do not exist. There are some very basic, simple steps that you can do to make yourself stand out online to the people that you know, but this is an absolutely critical part of the game today. So forget what you've been told. Here is what you actually need. First of all, a mentorship reality check. Not all mentors are created equal. Some of them are literally just trying to leech on your hard-earned commissions and don't offer any value in return. And I'm not saying they didn't have good intentions, but I always ask myself this question when I'm looking at mentoring or training or partnering with a new agent. If after 1 year or 2 years of us working together, me helping them grow, succeed, become active as a real estate agent, if at the end of those 2 years they look back and say, oh my goodness, I can't believe how that person took advantage of me, then obviously that's not the right offer, but you'd be surprised how often that comes to play in the real estate world. If on the reverse, they look back 1 year or 2 years and they're totally an independent real estate agent and they look back and say, oh my goodness, I cannot seriously believe all of what I've been given. Now that I know what I need to know, now that I know what when you get started, you don't know what you don't know. But in reverse, if you say, oh my goodness, what would I have done without my mentor? And you are grateful, then you know. Or here's one more step. I always look at it and say, if I was to give myself a job or an opportunity, basically the same opportunity I'm giving to agents now, is that a job that I would be super pumped to have when I started in real estate? And the answer for me personally is 100,000% yes, 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 and also yes. Secondly, there are 3 books that do not sugarcoat things that you need to have in your arsenal. How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by Frank Bettger, Fanatical Prospecting by Jeb Blount, and Zero Resistance Selling by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. Those are all must-reads, and they're not airy-fairy how to think better. Even though that is important, they are practical step-by-step guides that you can follow to become a more successful salesperson. Tools that matter. Here's 3 things. Number 1, you need to build a daily and weekly schedule. And now with ChatGPT, it's never been easier to do it. Utilize what we have access to. Number 2, you need to know what to say when you're talking to a prospect. With ChatGPT and with the internet, there's no reason why you can't come up with scripts if you don't already have a script. And there are a ton of coaching companies that offer scripts for free that you can find online. And if you don't like those scripts, you can use ChatGPT to edit and modify those scripts. And number 3, you need to organize your database. You'd be surprised. Agents been in the business for 10 years and they still haven't organized their database. How do you even know where you're going? How do you even know where you've been if you don't track what you're doing and have a plan for the efforts that you put forth on a regular daily basis to make sure that you fill your pipeline to have consistent paydays regardless of what's happening in the market? And again, with ChatGPT, there's plugins and tools that you can partner with ChatGPT to take your database and say, how many of these people are missing email addresses? How many of these people are missing phone numbers? And you can utilize this tool to quickly and easily identify that so you know automatically who you need to reach out to next to collect additional contact information and where to find them online so that you are omnipresent online to the group of people that you know. You don't need to know everybody, but everybody you know needs to know that you're available and that you are a real estate expert. So hope you found value in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on this video next. Have a fantastic day.